Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it.
All right. Y'all so funny. What it do?
Hey, what's going on,
Hey, y'all.
y'all?
Welcome
Before
back.
Frank tells me it was me, I did it. My bad, y'all.
Listen, y'all. We late. We're late because Tatiana was late.
It's me. I did it.
So blame her. Let her have it in the comment section.
I'll never
Listen,
do it again. My son turned 10 today. I apologize. I know all the excuses.
it's
Like
all
people do.
good.
Oh, he's at 10.
It's all good. See, we had people in the room waiting to come on in.
Really waiting on the party to start.
Mika, what's up? Tanisha, what's up? What's up, Courtney? What's up, Tracy? Listen, y'all, we in the building.
Hey,
It
guys.
is, frankly speaking, season 2. And as you can see, I did not come by myself for this season. It's no longer just Frank's show. It's no longer just my show, but it is indeed our show. So, in case this is your first time on the show, I want the ladies to take a moment and introduce themselves. Tashiana, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff.
Hey, guys. I'm Tashiana, and I'm from Seattle. I live in Memphis, and real estate is my background. And I'm a mama. So that is what I'm pivoting into. I'm working on a development in Fraser, a residential development. But I'm most happy to be a mama. So I have a free group for mamas where I give away a ton of value. That's it. I'm just living in Memphis. Just trying to be like Mariah. I think Mariah's a dope mom. So she helps me get
I'm
my content.
trying to get on your level.
I gotta tell you about that later. Girl, I be having him watch Land and stuff. They was pranking me all in the car. I was so hot. I was so hot.
That's so funny.
Oh,
All right, so that's Tashiana. Welcome to the show officially. Mariah, your turn.
okay, well, hey, everybody. First off, I'm so honored and excited to be here with Frank and Tashiana. They're my favorite. My name's Mariah. I'm originally born and raised in Memphis. I've been at the post office 10 years, but I'm also a boutique owner, a mother like Tashiana, and I'm just dipping into the content creator world, so helping others out with their social media to build up their brands on social media. And now I'm a member of Frankly Speaking, and I'm so excited about that too. So I'm ready to have some fun tonight with y'all.
Listen, I just want to tell y'all, I appreciate you um, heeding to the call and accepting to be on, believing in me, all that good stuff. Y'all, I would normally be on Facebook and YouTube, but this season I want to funnel everybody over this way. So it may take a little minute, but everybody get used to us just being on this side. So I'm excited about that. Um, how y'all week been so far? Let's start there. Anything interesting happened this week?
My week has been good. What's today? Wednesday. Today feels like a Friday. It's been a long week actually for me. A lot of transitioning, doing the content calls, coaching calls, which is so different for me because it's one thing to talk on social media and kind of just do your own thing, but to actually try to coach somebody, it seems like it's a lot of pressure because I'm like, oh my God, your fate of social media lies in my hands. But I was a little worried, but it's really been easy. Just being authentic and just telling people to be authentic as well. It's been really fun, challenging but fun, to say the least. So it's been my week so far.
Yep, I certainly enjoy watching your content.
Oh, thank you. I need to get one of those Fly Boss books.
Yes, okay, my
Yeah.
discount code. Everybody needs that. If you're a woman and a lady boss, like that is, and she's from Memphis, y'all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm gonna pump her up because she's my business coach. I believe in having coaches. I have a coach for everything in my life. So that's how my week has been going, just getting my new life together. So I'm certainly in transition as I go from, doing real estate full time to putting some things in place to put that on autopilot, and then just really moving into the role of mothering and sharing what's working for me. And I have a lot of experience as a mom, even though I'm still young and hot. You know what I'm saying? Bonus babies, angel babies, college babies, all these kinds of things. So just sharing my experience and wanting moms to share their experience. So I live by that planner. That planner has gotten my whole life. If it's not in the planner, it don't happen no more. So I got you on that.
Yeah, I need one.
And if y'all want the discount code, y'all can slide in my DMs too.
Girl, you need to announce the discount code.
Right.
I want the discount.
You don't want to announce it?
Yeah, I'll announce it. You know what the discount code is? Tashiana. TASHIANA. Boom. That's right. That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. You talk about being honored to be on the show. I do. I just feel so hyped up. Like Frank's show, my business coach, Lavera Coleman, she's from Memphis. Y'all, let me tell you something. Lavera was my AT&T rep 3 years ago. That's why when people tell me like people in Memphis don't work together, all this, I'm like, y'all just got the wrong circle. I mean, if you don't got good friends, just say that. 3 years ago, AT&T, Turner hasn't hit $1 million in just one of their businesses this year. I mean, and they're like genuine. That's why I can't wait to get us all together. I'm like, trust me, I love it. So the discount code is Tashiana. It really is.
All right. So in case y'all don't know, let me just so all of us are in Memphis. I wanted to do a show. I could have picked people from different places, but I wanted to do a show with all of us from Memphis for a lot of reasons. But I do think Memphis works together quite well. So I want to change that narrative. All of us are in Memphis, all of us individually do our own thing. So I thought it would be good for us to come together on Frankly Speaking and do our thing together in this way. Listen, y'all, do me a favor. If you're on in the chat right now, I need you to share. You can still share it to your Facebook, share it to your timeline. Mariah, Tashiana, you do the same. Just hit the share button. Then normally you'll have to hit more, scroll to your Facebook, and then hit share on Facebook, and that'll post it to your timeline and tell them to come on over to YouTube and see the show. I need everybody to do it right now. What's up, y'all?
What is that?
It's Wednesday night at 9 p.m. and we are back. Every Wednesday, we're going to be right here. Y'all hear me? Every Wednesday, we're going to be right here at 9 p.m. Central. And if you're right here on the channel and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube and hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. That helps with algorithms, all right? Somebody said they charging $50 to share on your Facebook. That's funny.
Don't do that. Support.
All right, so let's get started. We're only going to be on, we are cutting off at 10:30. We're not going over 10:30 for sure. All right, so let's get started, y'all. Moneybagg Yo just had 28.8 acres purchased here in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, by his lady. How you say her name? Is it Ari? Ari?
I think Ari. Hey,
Yeah. Hey, Tia.
Yeah. Ari.
I saw some interesting dialogue and monologues on my timeline on Facebook, on my feed on Instagram. Basically, I saw a lot of sentiments of opinionated people who said how dumb it was for this woman to make that kind of investment, that kind of purchase for a man specifically that she's not married to. So, I have two young ladies on the show with me now. So, I want to ask y'all from a woman's standpoint, in your opinions, y'all might have differing opinions. I don't know. In your opinions, why do you feel as if it was okay or it was not okay for her to do what she did? If it was you, if it was your daughter, if it was your sister, if it was your mama, would you have a problem with her making that kind of investment on a man that's not her husband? I'm going on mute.
This I'm going to me. I'll start that out.
You want to go, Mariah? Or you want me to go?
You know, you're going to have that boss standpoint, so I'm going to let you go after me because I know you're going to win it. Let me say this. I'm going to go. You said sister, daughter. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. Okay? That's first and foremost. I'm just going to give you the advice that I would give myself. If that was me, if I had Ari's money, let's start there because this is rich people that we're talking about, okay? If I had Ari's money, I think she gave the perfect reasoning of what do you buy somebody who has everything, okay? When we talk about his net worth, he's pretty rich, right? He probably has almost everything that he wants. So looking from the outside in, we have so many opinions about something where we're not even in that tax bracket. We don't make that type of money. So I don't feel like it was nothing wrong with her buying that because I think that we're looking at it from, oh, this costs so much money. But the things that they buy, cars, jewelry, trips, clothes, traveling makeup artists, traveling hairstylists, she probably spend that way more than we think she does. You know what I mean? It's equivalent to I might go buy my fiance a dinner with a massage and some shoes. And I might pay his car note. It's almost like it's the same, just different incomes. So I don't see anything wrong with what she did. For one, we can't tell somebody how to spend their money. And you can't put price on love. Because they're not married doesn't mean she can't spend money. Because how many people do you know in marriages that don't invest in each other? Who don't do stuff for one another? So what I feel like I seen in your comments, Frank, was more so like, oh, I wouldn't do that unless he's my husband or this, that, and the third. But why do you have to put a price tag on loving somebody? What if they don't want to get married? What if that isn't their goal to get married? You know what I mean? Maybe they look at it like, hey, we're business partners. And I'm almost positive. Okay, because we hating a little bit. I'm almost positive Moneybag probably saw that and was like, oh, I'm taking care of you for life. He got, what, 1.5 million that evening? Yo Gotti gave him 1.5 million in cash that evening?
He did.
1.5 million in cash. I don't think none of us watching and all of us put together has made that in life. Okay, maybe I don't know who watching, but I'm just saying, like, she knew. I think it was more of a strategic thing because she knew, look, I'm gonna do something for him that nobody has done before, and I'm gonna get that back times 10. I'm sure. You know, so I don't think we should tell somebody whether they work at Kroger or if they're Ari what they should do with their money. You know what I mean? For one. And two, don't put a price tag on love. And three, y'all gonna let her be rich. Cause baby, I'm gonna tell you, if he would have bought it for her, she would have took it. And if the same thing in the people in the comments, if a man goes and buys you a Porsche, you're not gonna say, hey, I don't want that Porsche because we're not married. Come on now.
Yeah.
Do that. So that was my standpoint on it. And if I had the money, I would buy my man some land and have some kids on that land. Okay. So I don't see nothing wrong with it in my point of view.
Amen to that. Tashiana, before you go, right quick, listen, y'all ain't talking enough in the chat, man. I need y'all to turn this chat up. Again, if you have not shared yet, go ahead and share. If you're just coming in, listen, I just got one thing to say.
Baby.
What it do, baby?
Yeah, you already know.
Welcome to the show, y'all. It's about to go down.
I
Come
sure
on.
was y'all saw my face. I said somebody hacking the show.
Let's go, y'all. Tatiana, tell us your
Okay.
thoughts.
So I'm right in line with Mariah. Okay. So the first thing that comes to mind when I hear this, people saying what she shouldn't have done, I just want to tell all y'all, act your wage. Okay. I want you to act your wage. So, a lot of you saying you wouldn't do it, it's because you couldn't, respectfully. Okay. So there's that piece. What else I want to say? I saw this in the comments. I wish I knew who said it. I thought it was very profound and I love it. And someone said, it was a young woman, and she said, when it comes to gift buying and investing in relationships, you don't have to go into debt for it, right? Because a lot of people, if you're buying land, you're financing it. Not everybody, right? She said, but you should go into debt for it, right? So I don't really understand this whole idea of that's husband energy, because much like Mariah said, if a man was to do that for a woman, if a man buys something and invests in a woman's business, it's like, oh yes, sis. I have never in my 36 years of life seen a man buy a high-end or a pricey gift and somebody say, he's doing too much. Okay. Now, some people might say, well, I can't say that. They said tricking, but generally men are praised for that. Oh, sis, at least that's what we tell the women. Okay. So there's that piece. And the other thing is, so what? Like Mariah said, to her bank account, like what was 28.8 acres? And here's a little nugget. A lot of y'all need to be trying to buy some land. Okay. And you don't have to spend what she spent, because I have 40 acres here in Memphis, my own self. So, and it didn't cost me a whole lot of money because I'm a deal hound. So my thing is, y'all go ahead and look at y'all local land banks. Y'all go in and find, because you can buy land right here in Tennessee, $1,500, $500, $700, $5,000. It doesn't really matter. So I'm like, instead of being in somebody else's pocket, how can you invest in your relationship? You know what I mean? And the other thing is, if you have a broke mentality, just say that. Because what if she buys the land and they break up? So what? So what? So you know how I like to do, last season, I didn't have a man. I wanted a man, and then I got a man on the tail end of the season. Okay, so there's that part, and now I got a man. And up to me, my man will never work a 9-to-5 job again ever in his life. Okay, so we're working on creating a business. I'm telling my business a little bit. And if we don't work out, I'll be sad. I'll be disappointed. But he has a skill. He'll have something that he can take care of, his children, his family. And that's the other thing with us is, a lot of time we want an information hoard. We don't want to put people on unless, we can control them. And it shouldn't be about that. So if you have a skill set that can improve something, some way you can enhance somebody's life and invest in it, do it. It's going to come back to you. They might not stay with you for life, but so what? What do you lost? And if this doesn't work out at the worst, me and him, we still gonna get money together. So some of y'all need to grow your mindsets up, because it's not that serious. It was 28.8 acres for some multimillionaires. You know what I'm saying?
That he probably gave her the money to get.
We just don't never know. I'm like, if y'all stop eating so much, y'all can save up some money and go buy some land like right now.
And you know what I think about when I think about it? It's almost like it makes you look at women and say, oh, y'all aren't used to men doing stuff for you. Because I know in my situation, whenever my man does something for me, you know what I say? Oh, I want to do something for him.
Yeah.
I want to do something for him. It's almost like a tennis match, So it almost makes me look at it like, you know what? Y'all just haven't felt that type of relationship yet, because when you really are loved correctly, it makes you want to love better. When you're treated right, it makes you want to treat them right. And I think that, like she said in her comments, she said he takes care of me mentally, financially, and he protects me, and that means a lot, so, and we all know he rich, but it's like that means a lot, and it really makes her want to invest in him. And I don't think she's even thinking as far as if we break up. I think she's just thinking about, I want to make you happy, and you got everything in the world, so let me get you something in your hood, and let's just go from there. I think people are thinking too much in what other people have going on. And that's in our life and in their life. So that's just how people are. Because if she would have bought him a donkey, Everybody like, she too rich. Why she go buy him a donkey and a pig and a farm? You know, so people have something to say no matter if you're doing good or if you're doing bad. If she would have bought a small gift, they would have had something to say. She bought that. It's just jealousy, and that's just life we live in. So I even said that on my story. You got to really pay attention to the positive because it's always gonna be negative. You know, so she like, girl, please. I'm finna buy Dubai next month. I ain't y'all.
Speaking of negative, my boy in the building. My boy Tim in the building. What's up, Tim? Thank you for tuning in, man.
We tuned in.
We're gonna get it rocking on Clubhouse in a couple of weeks. Y'all, I'm getting ready to start a Frankly Speaking Clubhouse room as well. Tim gonna be in that room. Lynch gonna be in that room. Deanna gonna be in that room. Clee gonna be in that room. Bishop Greg Davis gonna be in that room. Y'all, it's going down. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I need y'all to share, man. I need you to share to your Facebook timeline. We're right in the thick of it already. Can't stay here.
We're talking about positivity. You're being negative, Tim.
And I need you to like this video and share. Like and share. Like and share. I hope y'all enjoying the conversation so far. So let's dive deeper into that. What time is it? Oh, yeah, we in good time. Let's dive deeper into that. This is my next question. Why are men given king status for spending lavishly on a woman without being married to her, but women are given clown status for spending lavishly on him without being married to him? Let's talk about the double standard of that. Where do y'all, both of y'all, kind of touched on it? But let's dive deeper. Somebody shall go deeper in the comments. Says go deeper, go deeper. Tim, you share by hitting the share button and then hitting the more button and scrolling to your Facebook and share it to your Facebook timeline that way from here. All right. So let's go deeper into that. Let's dive into why there seems to be a double standard, because I believe it was Tashiana that said it, that if he had bought her 28 acres of land, it would have been no issue. Nobody would have said nothing because it was her buying him 28.8 acres of land. Women in particular had a whole lot to say. So where do y'all think this mindset comes from? Why is it like that? Why can men do for women before marriage, but women can't do for men? Only to a certain. Having sex is fine. Juicing is fine. Little minuscule stuff is fine. But when it comes to big stuff, it's always, oh no, I wouldn't. You giving too much milk without purchasing the cow. So let's dive into that. Wait. What y'all think about
giving out milk if he ain't bought the cow?
Yeah, let's dive into that.
I think it goes into what Mariah touched on, which is a lot of times people say things because they haven't experienced anything different, right? So this is where I try to be mindful of how I put things, because I never want to come off what y'all say down here, nice nasty. That was
nice nasty is correct.
Yeah, I don't want to come off that way, and I want to be clear. So, you know, if you haven't experienced something, or if the sum of your experiences has been you give a dinner or you give some milk and you don't get called back anymore, that starts to shape your view. But you know what I say, there's an abundance of good men out here. And I think that if you start framing the type of life you want to have, and you start putting yourself in new experiences and not saying, well, when the right one comes, we'll plug there, I'll do something different. But you have to get your mind right, because as long as you're hanging, and then you know what I say, quit hanging around silly women. Because as long as you're hanging around, I don't play with the women. I wouldn't do that girl type of women. No, you wouldn't do it because you haven't had a man in like so long, no hint of a man. And then the quality of men that you do deal with wouldn't even like breathe in their direction, right? And so a lot of times people try to compare things that are not comparable. Like your dude won't bring you a cheeseburger. You know, your dude, what they say, he calls you at night like you're a roach or dudes you're dealing with. So people have to think about what you're dealing with, who you're giving access to before you start to compare it to quality. Like that's I guess that's my piece on it in the short of things.
I'm gonna just I hope they don't drag me in the comments. But I'll just say this, and I'm speaking for women. I think a lot of us women hold sex to a very, very high standard, okay? And we look at a lot of things like, oh, well, I'm having sex with you, so I shouldn't have to cook for you. Or I'm having sex with you, so I shouldn't have to buy you anything. You're a man. You're a provider. You're supposed to do this for me. You're supposed to pay for the check. You're supposed to buy me flowers. You're supposed to bring me a cheeseburger to work on my lunch break. And I think we get so caught in that it actually took a man to say, I'm giving you sex too. Like, you know what I mean? So just being honest, a lot of us really look at sex as our power. And they say what? P runs the world. So in reality, like I said, like if you don't feel these feels from a man, then you're stuck in a mindset, okay? Until you actually experience a man that will show you, look, love and be loved. Okay, it's just all 50-50. And we go back to the 50-50 in the last season of Frankly Speaking. But if you're not used to something, you don't know no better. And if you're with girls that say, I'll never do that, which a lot of women say it, girl, I don't have to do that. I'm cute. Or girl, I don't have to do that. Like we had sex. Or girl, I might cook him once a month. You have to understand that men are natural born hunters. And they know what they want. And if all you provide is sex, you're going to get treated as such. And I feel like we look back, a lot of women were saying, like, why would she do that? Why would she do that? He makes all this money. Because like she said, if you feel protected and you're connected mentally and spiritually, it makes you want to do these things. So if you don't do these things, it's because somebody isn't treating you correctly. And I just feel like, we just kind of look back and just say, look, girl, vagina isn't everything. It's not. Because we're living in 2021. And let's be honest, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. If you want to hold your pee to a certain standard, he can say, okay, I'm going to go on social media and like 16 pictures and get his attention. And he can go there. I mean, what you offer, what makes you different? What stands you out? Because it's not the pee. It's not the JJ. Okay? So I think it's just all about mindset and being used to hanging around certain people, like Tashiana said. And I'm guilty of that. I had to change my circle of, you got to watch out for those single friends. To be honest, let's talk
Speak
about
on that. Speak on that. Go deeper.
Watch out for the single friends, the ones that you used to hang with back in the day, that's ready for you to be single, so you can go back and hang out. Well, really, they're miserable. We have people who've been in relationships that's single now that we can take advice from because their mindset is right. But those single friends who are ready for you to be single, so you can go be miserable and sad and run the streets with them, you don't need to talk with them because they will definitely be the ones that say they're not cooking. I'm not buying him nothing for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day are for women. You know what I mean? I'm only gonna give him this for his birthday because he didn't give me enough money.
Oh, you listen.
You have to
listen.
But guess what though? If they have the opportunity, they're telling you that because they on their own. But let somebody try to holler at them. They are gone like Pepe Le Pew, Road Runner. They're out of there. I mean, now that part is for real. And people will tell you, when I was single, we can have plans. If you said, oh, my husband said, oh, no problem, because I ain't gonna be the one where your husband like, oh, you can't hang out with her.
Right.
Like people don't understand that, like especially like once you get in a serious committed relationship, your priorities should change. It doesn't mean you do away with your friends, but life just becomes different. And a lot of times people don't understand that. The Rock, was it The Rock who said you need to know your role, jabroni? And a lot of times people get offended when you talk about roles. But if you don't have roles, if you don't have order, nothing works. It doesn't work. And a lot of times relationships and things don't work because women won't speak up and tell their girlfriends like, nah, sis, I'm not doing that. Because now you're a hater. Now you switching up. And it's no, I'm growing up. I'm evolving, I'm elevating, and we all should be doing that. And nowadays, nobody wants to say anything because, like, even like how you said, like, I don't want to get dragged, or it's okay, Mariah, because one of the ones that I get called is a pick me. So you can, I mean, it is what it is. So I think we all agree you might as well do what's best for you in your life, because people are going to have something to say, anyways. And I was talking to this young lady I think is gorgeous. And she was saying, well, guys only respond to me this one way, but really I'm another way. Unfortunately, especially with us being on social media, that's what we see. And people can put whatever they want to on there to portray whatever type of life. But like Mariah said, they're like, women far outnumber men. So if a guy is serious, if a man is looking for a wife, a serious relationship, and this has been my experience or talking to men, why in the world would I look at you with everything out there and take you seriously when I could just scroll and then I can go and see a woman who chooses to put substance or something different out there? And it doesn't even really mean she's a woman of substance, but to get to know her more and to inquire more, I'm going to go with the person who appears to be in line with the type of woman or wife that I want. And I think a lot of times we miss that, and we can't be doing everything for the gram. Because what happened the other day when social media got shut down? Like, really ask yourself, what did your life look like when you couldn't log on, you couldn't make no posts? What was relevant? What was really going on in your life?
You couldn't look at nobody posts. You couldn't look at nobody's stories.
Nope.
So you talked about the switch up, because I can imagine. I got to get y'all some Frankly Speaking mugs too. I just thought about
Frankly Speaking wine glaze.
I got you. I can imagine as a woman, because women just are different, that it can become peer pressure to not do a certain level of commitment per se, time wise, to your man who you're not married to. That could be like, girl, he'll be okay. You coming with us tonight. But your man saying, nah, baby, I had a night planned for us. I want you to be with me tonight. So how do you navigate that space of, you was doing all these things with your girlfriends before you got in a relationship. Now you're in a relationship and they start to say, you doing too much.
Oh.
You just got with him. Y'all just met last night. You already doing all that. Y'all just met 3 weeks ago. What's up? You doing too much. How y'all handle that?
We not cool no more. Because to me, it's not about the quality or the because so this is the thing. I am a tomboy by nature. In my older years, and I found that out when I went through my divorce, I really like missed out on the value of having like really close girlfriends. So now in my life, having good women friends and making those connections, that's a priority for me. Even like last year, I was like, I'll take a couple of good girlfriends, solid girlfriends, before a man. Because I mean, you can get a man, right? Anybody can. It's like the type of man that you want. But I really wanted good girlfriends. At the same time, for me, order, it's gonna be God, my husband, my children, family, and friends. So if I know I'm moving in that direction,
Hold
and
on,
you're already coming,
say the order one more time.
Oh, for me, it's God, my husband, my children, family, and then friends. That's for me.
Okay.
And so if you know that I'm moving in that direction and you're not feeling that direction, right? And you have something to say against that direction, let me get too churchy. How can two walk together lest they agree? You don't get to pull me over here. So it's no problem. And if you've been my friend for a certain amount of time, you already know how I roll. So we don't play that like, nah, girl, you coming with me. Nah, because I'm not really the girls trip type of girl. Like if me and my girl was going on a girls trip, my dude, he coming. Now he might stay in the room while we go out to dinner. At the end of the night, sis, I don't want to go home with you. And I'm gonna put some more of my business out here. I'm in a celibate or abstinent, however you want to call it, relationship. I still don't want to go home. with you at the end of the night. I'm gonna go home with my dude. It's just simple as that. That's just how I roll. So I don't play that because there's too many Mariahs out here. There's too many women moving in the same direction with me that I can connect with instead of having to argue with you about why I've known you for 13 years and I met him 6 months ago. And this is where because I'm building a life with him. That's why you're not about to be my husband. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome, but you're not necessary. And I don't care what anybody says. I need my man. Okay?
But
I need my man.
you welcome, but you're not necessary.
But you're not necessary.
That needs to go on a t-shirt. Woo! I'm using that. Okay, just let you know.
I need somebody to type that in the comments right
You're
now.
welcome, but you're not necessary.
You're welcome, but you ain't necessary. Right now, I need everybody to put that in the comment section. That's
That
you
needs to go on a shirt.
welcome, but you're not necessary.
Welcome, not necessary. Okay. I
Mo,
totally agree.
come on.
I totally agree with that. I haven't been in too many situations like that. I guess because I'm normally the friend who's the outspoken one and the one who's like, girl, bye. You know, so I don't really deal with that too often. And I'm also the friend that when they say my cousin called, and I'm like, you better go, girl. You better go, and I'm gonna call you in the morning. You know, so I like to be around people that I can learn from. You know, it's been a lot of times where I might have overreacted, and I have those friends who are like, you know what, you overreacted. So I like being around people like that instead of the friends. Girl, you don't need him, and why you going with him? I really haven't experienced that to really speak on it, but I would just say that I don't really think when you dig deeper, like they said earlier, I don't think it's really you that they're fighting. I think it's more so themselves, a lot slightly jealousy. You know, wishing it was them. You have a lot of people who genuinely wish they were in situations, and it's not so much I wish I was in Tashiana's situation. I just wish I had a man. You know, I wish I had somebody who loved me. I wish I had somebody that I can call after a girl's night. I wish I had somebody that I can go home drunk to and go cuddle with. So I think it's, you know, when you gotta really, if somebody was to say that to me, I would be like, look, like she said, I wouldn't say you welcome, not necessary, but I would say, you know, you gotta understand this is my man, and the relationship that I have with you is a friendship, and the relationship I have with him is intimate, and we're building, and he gonna come before you. Like you said, I'm not going home with you. I'm going home with him. So I said them. Oh, I meant to say him. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said him. Okay.
But yeah, I just feel like, you know, you have to, when you have friends like that, instead of just pushing them to the side and saying, look, I'm going to my man. I think it's more so like those are people that you gotta, the next day, you gotta think about it and be like, look, I know you're in this situation. You gotta remind them of their value and say, somebody's out here for you. Because I think it's deeper than I just want to party with you and I don't want you to go. I think it's more jealousy and how they feel about themselves and wanting what you have. So I've even, like today, I had to talk to one of my friends about her value because I think Frank said something about, I don't know what she said exactly a minute ago, but I had to talk to my friend today about her value and her worth. Sometimes you have to have these conversations with your friends, and it's hard. I know when I started the conversation, I said, look, I want to say something to you, and I don't want you to get upset, but I would feel bad if I didn't bring it to your attention because we do listen to our friends' conversations, and we do hear that guy she just met that she want to talk to in 3 weeks. I'm not going to stop you from going and talking to him, but I do want to remind you of your worth. And if I feel like it's some things in that relationship that you're telling me about that I don't agree with, then it's your responsibility as a friend to say, look, I don't want you to be with this person, but to remind them of their worth and their value, because I don't think this is the right road for you. I'm not the friend to tell you what to do, but I am the friend that's going to remind you about who you are, what I think you bring to the table, your potential and what you can be, and the mistakes that you might be making. And I think that's really important because we can't expect all of our friends to be as mature as us. I can't say that, hey, every friend that I have is on my level, because they're not. You know, some people I've been friends with since I was 6. You know, somebody I might have met 6 weeks ago. So I do have those friends that I feel like, you know, they have those friends that you can't take everywhere. Those friends that can't adapt in every situation. Those friends that, you know, that you might have to outgrow. So sometimes you have to put your right foot forward and try to help these people grow with you. And if you try your best on doing that and they're not stepping up, then that's when you have to make the decision and say, look, you know, I'm outgrowing you and I got to keep it moving. So can't leave all our friends in the past, but it is a time to cut people off. especially when
s-
you're trying to grow.
I see a question I want to address first. Courtney, what's up, Courtney? Courtney Phillips in the building. What's up? How you?
You welcome.
Um,
Necessary.
Courtney says, "How does one maintain balance? Men want you to have your own things going as well." Well, let me say it from a man's point of view. Let me just address this. Um, a man very does well want you to have your own thing going. I think any man who is serious about you, serious about building family and a life with you, wants you to have your own things going, but at the same time, they want to feel like they're the priority. Because oftentimes, what can happen is that he can feel like, because of all the things you got going, that he's always seen when you're available, if that makes sense. In your spare time, there's no time created for him. He just gets what's left over. Y'all get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so, and so he wants to feel like your priority. So that's from a male's perspective. Now I'm gonna let the ladies address
I think that is
or
really.
what I just said.
I think that's really interesting, and I am so happy to hear that from you because I know if y'all know, y'all follow me on social media, and some of the people in the comments do too. I think I got so wrapped up in working, work, being a mother, Blossom and content. And I got so excited to monetize my platform that I think I was kind of losing focus a little bit of home. I still took care of home as a woman should, but I think I was getting to the point to where I was so focused on look. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, to where he was always supportive and still is. But he got to a point, so I was like, you know what? I'm kind of losing focus. And I wasn't squeezing him in the time slot so much like you said, but I'm so glad to hear from you because I did have to slow down and kind of say, look, you got a full-time job, girl. You ain't got to do all of this. You ain't got to be an octopus. You know what I mean? Because he is important to me and being a mother is important to me. And I really had to slow down and kind of just really observe that the way you just put it and say, you know what? Because if he was doing all of this stuff, I would be like, hold on, wait, I want to do this and I want to do this. So that is so true. And it's reality because I lived it not too long ago, trying to be that octopus and that superwoman and that super mom. And sometimes you just really have to observe what you're doing and just kind of sit back and make sure that the people in your life are really taken care of emotionally, physically, mentally, and all of this. So I think that's 100% true, and I'm glad to hear that from you because it's very relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tashani, you got something with it?
What part? The balance part, or
Whatever you want to add to that. What
I don't know why I felt like I just spaced out. Like I heard what Mariah was saying, and I felt like I just, I spaced out. I know for me now that I do have a man, and you know, um, and then children and businesses that I'm building and maintaining. It's important that two words for me, right? Intentionality and reciprocity is this season of my life. So I have to be intentional about what I'm doing because I do believe in having it all. And then I think that you get to choose like what all is for you. So for me, having it all is having my time freedom and flexibility. And so in order for me to have that, I have to put certain things, in place. And I have a partner, a man who understands and is supportive. So, like he'll be like, oh, babe, you got to get to the house. You have to do this. What do you need? He's not intimidated by that. If he has things he needs to do, he communicates that. And when it becomes too much, he'll say, okay, I know you have this, this, and this today because we have meetings about our schedule, what it's going to look like. And he's like, but I need you to cut this off and shut it down at this time and I'll be trying to act like, but I really be loving it. And I really be sending out texts like, I'm done at 8:30 tonight, guys. So you'll just have to email me if I don't respond, because none of this stuff that like I'm building and creating, if I don't have it to share with my children, if and that's something I really learned, man. Like I was just buying my children stuff and taking them places, but I wasn't able to enjoy places with them. We were traveling with a nanny and they was kicking it with her. They're not trying to make memories with her. Again, if she's there, she's welcome, but she's not necessary. They mama is. So I had to prioritize. And I do think, to touch on, I can't remember, the young lady in the comments said, I do think women should have something of their own. Like, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, like, even if you, and it doesn't have to be a monetary thing, girl, even if you start do a book club or a wine club or whatever you may be interested and passionate about, I do think that type of balance is. So you're not just waiting, and I could tell you that from experience.
Yeah. So last thing sitting around is, how do you? Let me see how I want to word this. How do you create a safe space? Because let's be honest, when men say things, sometimes it can be a thin line from you feeling like he's trying to control you or he just really cares. So, how can a man for you create an atmosphere where he's able to express how he really feels and express what he does not agree with and things that he would rather you do, without you saying that he's insecure, controlling, jealous, stuff like that? How can a man properly communicate with a woman how he feels without being ridiculed about it?
So, Shiana, you can go first because I know you're gonna give the perfect answer to this.
No.
You are so understanding. So I'm gonna let you go first.
I don't know. Okay, fine. So this is a conversation that we have had, and this is what I believe. I believe that it is your responsibility to cover your partner's vulnerabilities and insecurities. And so what I mean by that is you're supposed to have they back, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. That's what I believe. And so if my partner is to tell me you don't like my interaction, especially someone of the opposite sex, for me, then what does it need to look like for you? Does it needs to be shut down? It's getting shut down. And again, I have people who are close to me, you understand that our dynamic is going to change. Like, I'm still there for you, but you understand, like, if I have a male friend, I'm not talking to you at 11 o'clock at night and I got a dude. I'm just not. But the type of people in my life, when that happens, they understand it. We don't even need to have that conversation once they know I'm in a relationship. Now, if that becomes a constant thing, then I'm gonna ask, like, hey, what's going on? Like, why is it that you feel this way? And I think that it's important when you're inquiring, if your partner, has an insecurity or a vulnerability about something, I think that you should take action on it first. That's just me. And the reason why I believe that is because I'm not the type of person that has to agree with you before I acknowledge what you're saying. Now, I'm really good at this. You might want to take that back. You might want to take it back because I'm really good at this with like the bigger ticket items, but apparently I'll be struggling on the day-to-day stuff.
No, but you just said something, because it's hard for me to believe you really care about what I'm saying if I have to explain and validate before you take action.
Mm-mm.
If it's always a defense of, well, I'm gonna keep doing this until we figure it out.
Mm-mm.
Because if it was the opposite way, okay, I'm gonna let Mo go first before I finish, because Mo seems like she's struggling.
Go first before you
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
You got like 60 more seconds to think about
Go
it.
ahead.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
say
Go
this.
ahead.
You said something about a safe space, right? And so for me, if my partner wants me or needs me to stop doing something, right? And then they have to justify it or I have to agree or understand before I stop, then them telling me really what the heart of the issue is, I probably can forget about it. But if I go ahead and take action, because see, if I step away from something, that's the action, and then you explain it to me, once we have an understanding, we may find out that, oh, it's not that I don't want you doing this. Can you consider doing it in this way? Right? But if I would continue doing it, like you said, most people start like, oh, you don't even really care about me anyway. So why would I tell you? Why would I tell you? It really has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with what happened when I was 12, right? But I'm not going to be safe to tell you that if you're like, you tripping, I ain't doing that. You just trying to control me. Like that energy doesn't really work.
Yeah. Mo?
Okay. Well, I think a safe space is supposed to be a space where you respect boundaries and you're transparent and supposed to be able to talk to somebody. I'm all for that. I did struggle with kind of being open-minded before, not judge before I just kind of spit back what I say. I in my younger years, I did have an issue with men being vulnerable, and then I would take it in and be comforting and nurturing, and then later on I throw it back up in your face. I am guilty. I cannot act like I am not. But I think when I did bring it back up, it was more.
Don't do it like that.
I just gotta be honest.
She admitted it.
It wouldn't be me if I wasn't honest. I'm not gonna say all the time, but it happened. And I think when I did it, I thought it was okay because I thought I was trying to prove a point. I'm trying to get my point across. So I'm bringing up, well, you did this and you did that, and it was very toxic is the word I hate using, but it was. And I think now I have to kind of learn how to just hush, put my listening ears on, as they say in school, and just listen and take it in, because what I failed to realize is that women are emotional creatures, okay? We talk about our emotions all the time, too much almost half the time. And when a man really is comfortable enough and confident in the secrecy enough to talk to you about something, that's when you really have to slow it down and just take it in, because that's rare for somebody to feel a man to feel 100% comfortable with you enough to open up with you. It's rare, especially now. They have this thing where they say, oh, well, he's soft if he talks to you, if he's soft if he cries.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. It really makes me feel good when I know that a man can, especially my man, can come to me and talk to me about something that, he feels like he can't tell anybody else. But I will be wrong if I sit here and say that I was not the person that, when that one time you said this and that. And, because men are really big on double standards, let's be honest. And women too, but men for sure. They don't want you to do something and will turn around and do it. So I did used to be that person that used to throw things back up, but I had to get mature and kind of learn that, sometimes, and I'm still working on it. I got to be honest. I'm still kind of working on it. Sometimes I have to learn how to just shut up and listen, or my man done said, look, you're not even listening. Shut up. Like, you're not listening. So I had to work on that, and I'm still working on it, but I have matured enough to know, like, when a man does open that door to tell you something, it's just listen. Sometimes that's all men want. We want you to give us the world. We want you to listen. We want you to take action. We don't want to repeat ourselves. I don't want to say it 2 times. I said I don't like that. You shouldn't do it again. We want the world. So if a man opens up, just give him that. That's all they want you to do, is listen.
Thanks. Let's shift. Let's shift a little bit.
Okay.
Y'all. We got 28 minutes left. It's 10:02.
You put us on time schedule, Tashiana.
What'd you say?
The goal is to be out of church at 10:30. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
All right, so let's shift just a little bit. Again, I hope y'all enjoying the conversation tonight. Thank you for being at the room. All right. Kyrie Irving is in the headlines on ESPN almost every day now because he is unvaccinated. So, because of where his home team is, which is Brooklyn, New York, the new rule is in order to be in any stadium any indoor stadium or even event that you have to be vaccinated. So he is standing the chance of losing millions of dollars because of his personal choice not to get vaccinated. So my question to you is, do you think it's right for any American to be required to be vaccinated in order for them to work? Any American. All right, let's go.
I'm going first. Okay, this is where I feel. This is where I feel like people might be like, "Oh, what would you say? I might get drugged for this."
I don't.
No, I don't. I don't think I hate that people have to choose between their level of comfortability for their health and their livelihood. See, this is another reason why it's important that you should have a business or a side hustle, even if you want to keep your 9 to 5. Okay. So there may come a time where this COVID vaccine becomes like, measles, mumps, rubella, all those types of things. You have to have them to do certain things and it's normal. But at this point in time, I do not think so. I don't think employees or employers should be fined when their employees are not. That I don't, because fine, I'll just say it. We know that COVID is real, as in it exists. But the jury for me is still out. Okay. And I'll also say this. I sit on the board for the state of Tennessee for health disparities for the Black and brown communities. And we be having the governor on there and the doctors and all of these things. And I still believe what I believe. And I'll just put this out here. Okay. I think that people should respond to this vaccine according to their level of knowledge. And if you're a believer, your level of faith. Simple as that. And I also want to say this because I hear this a lot. Y'all might get mad at me. Getting the vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID, because people will say, well, just go ahead and get the vaccine, then you won't get COVID. No, that's not how it works. Okay. That's just not how it works.
Mo, what's your thoughts?
Oh my God. So, I don't, to speak on Kyrie, I don't think it's right, because I feel like just with abortions, how I feel about abortions, I feel like he should have the right if he wants to get vaccinated or not. Because I mean, technically that's his choice with his body. I don't think somebody should make you get a shot if you don't want to, just like the flu shot and just like abortions. But I am fully vaccinated, and I did wait until I saw if everybody was going to turn into zombies before I did get vaccinated. I was that person, like, I'm going to wait and see if y'all turn into zombies first, okay? So it took me about 9 months. I just became fully vaccinated like a month ago. But I did it more so because when the children started getting it, and then they started saying we couldn't travel and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get vaccinated. But I still think it's a choice. When you get done, it's a choice. I don't walk around now. I did make this joke because my fiance isn't vaccinated, okay? So I did walk around the house with my head in the sky, like, don't touch me because you're not vaccinated. You can't eat this because you're not vaccinated. You can't go in here because you're not vaccinated. So I did ride on my horse for like a week. But at the end of the day, like I said, we're not a split household because he decided not to get vaccinated. That's his choice. That's his body. And I did it. I didn't have any symptoms like that, but that's me. Some people do, some people don't. So I don't think his work should be affected by it. Just as if, like, I'm a postal worker. I've been essential since day one. My job didn't take off. I didn't work from home. I worked outside, and they didn't make us get it. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice. And I feel like they know, just like the nurses, if we have to get vaccinated, probably 70 to 80% of my coworkers would quit. So I think that it's a choice, and I don't think he should get penalized for something that's his career, whether it's basketball or being a doctor, because he doesn't want to do it. So it's a choice, just like, everything in life.
Yeah, I'm on that side of the fence that says we should have a choice, regardless of how people feel about it. I kind of hate what it's turned into, and it's turned into a almost like kind of a body shaming thing. Like it's kind of slick. Like even in some of our churches, we have leaders who say get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated. And it becomes this peer pressure where you're not really comfortable with it, but because of other people, you decide to go ahead and do it because the sentiment becomes, oh, you don't care about your fellow man because you're not willing to get vaccinated in order to protect them. So they take away the right for you to think about yourself, and it's always about everybody else, not knowing how your body individually is going to respond to the vaccination. Because I've seen people with hives, I've seen people have adverse reactions, I've seen people uh, get severely hurt from it, but that nobody talks about that.
Right.
It's just one side. It's just get vaccinated, everything gonna be
No,
all right.
it's just I had no symptoms. You'll be all right.
Right.
I know my mama was like, I'm gonna ban you from my house. Everybody over here is vaccinated, so I'm having a Halloween party. You ain't
See
gonna be
what
able
I'm
to come.
saying?
She said my fiance he can't go. I said he rolling with me. He rolling with me. We vaccinated for the both of us. But it's my it's even when you get it up into age. Oh, I was 70 and I got it. Nothing happened to me. You need to get it. And I seen this reel that was like, oh my God, it was so good. It's probably the best reel this year on how it was a woman battling herself on the flip side of vaccinated and unvaccinated. And she was like, well, you need to get the vaccination because you're going to give it to me. She was like, but you're vaccinated, so how can you get COVID? And she was like, because you're not vaccinated, and because you're not vaccinated. It just went back and forth. But the reality is, you still can catch COVID. Despite if it's, bad or not, you still can get it. So I think it should just be a choice. And you hear this too. Well, if you don't get it, I don't want to hear about no when you're in the hospital. That's how negative is that? My thing is this: I'm vaccinated. If you don't want to get vaccinated, cool, whatever. We still friends. But to throw that negativity and those bad vibes that way because they're not, I think that's girl, get over it.
Yeah.
So I still want to go out. We still gotta wear masks, so let's go.
Still gotta wear a mask. I'm so sick of masks. I mean, I'm so sick of masks.
I was a
When
little
is it
salty.
gonna be over?
I ain't gonna lie. I was a little salty because I said I got 2 shots and I still gotta wear my mask. Wait a
Still
minute.
gotta wear a
Wait a
mask.
minute. So I
Well, you
did
can
feel
come on
some
down to
type of
Alabama.
way.
You ain't gotta wear it down there, girl. They don't
Because
care.
the reality is they still don't know. Like, okay, so prior to everybody getting vaccinated, it was get the vaccine, everything gonna be all right. Now that people are vaccinated and still getting COVID, it's these just breakthrough infections. No. That language makes people feel like if I get this shot, I won't get COVID.
Right.
Like it's rare to have the vaccine and still get COVID. It's really not. Look at all of the political leaders that's vaccinated but ended up with COVID.
Right.
So evidently we just don't know. All right. Last we're gonna do this fun little
But did you tell us if you would you give her 15 million or the vaccine?
I probably gonna take the vaccine.
What was the question?
Put it in my arm right quick.
Y'all, I probably gonna if 15 million was on the line, I probably gonna take the vaccine. I probably I would.
I would. Getting a booster and everything.
I would. I
We
would.
taking that risk, baby.
I would. I would. Yeah, I would. I would.
Boost 'em over,
I
man.
gonna get it.
Not the booster.
I would. All right, so this random question of the night. What is something you don't mind paying for? What is something you ain't got to think twice about it. You ain't gotta contemplate on it. It's something you don't mind coming out of your pocket for, no matter how much it is.
What do you mean, like in any
Anything.
context? In anything?
Yeah.
Oh, a house?
Think
Well,
more small.
Oh,
Like
in relation to relationship or just
Relationships, or just everyday life?
Just clothes,
Oh,
item, a
you mean in life?
brand.
Starbucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
Starbucks.
food. Food.
That's mine too.
Food.
That's mine too.
We do not
Food.
care.
That's
Yeah,
me.
food.
You know what's odd? What I think is really odd, and I noticed today when I went to the mall, it was like I will not spend over $80 on some shoes for myself. I just won't do it. But when it comes to my son and my fiance, like I don't think about it. But when it comes to me, I'm like, girl, you really could go to Target and get a lot of things with that $80. So I've learned that I will not spend a lot of money on myself, but I'm willing to do it with them. But Starbucks,
Listen.
baby, I'm there 2 times a day, and I don't even drink coffee from there. It's weird.
I would drop some money on some food. Y'all hear me?
I'm laughing at somebody said folks will get vaccinated but go and juice without any packaging. Okay.
Where is that at?
I remixed the comment a little bit.
That's so funny.
Oh.
That's funny.
You know what? That's true though.
But yeah, food. Yeah, food. I mean, and maybe this is like really you calling me out and holding me accountable and not even knowing it, because I've been saying like I'm gonna start like meal prepping and cooking at home even more. And I cook pretty frequently, but I also eat out a lot. And we be like, oh, let's try this. Like I don't even like cheesecake. The Porch and Parlor here, their cheesecake is like heavenly. It's
Yeah.
like
Are they?
Yeah.
delicious. And then it also has something that's super nasty. But yeah, food. When I go through my budget, that's
I will
goes to
spend
food.
money on food and not even think about it.
Love to
I
eat.
will go to Porch and Parlor by myself in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Definitely a foodie.
I'm ordering an appetizer, maybe 2, an entree, and dessert.
Let me tell you what we like to do, okay? Because that's how I rolled up in Porch and Parlor, and we had on workout clothes. And I was like, you think they're gonna let us up in here? We will have like a snack. That's what we call it. We won't call it appetizer because it makes us feel better about ourselves. Like, oh, let's just go get a snack right quick. Okay, we'll go get a snack and then we'll go somewhere else and eat. Like tonight we ate at Laughlin Yard. It was kind of hit or miss, you know, and then we'll go somewhere else and get dessert. And it makes us feel good about ourselves. And then
Yeah.
sometimes we'll like go for a ride at night and we'll go get food, like something, you know, like late night eats, like Slim Chickens. Dates, don't sleep on Slim Chickens. And they have these
Yeah.
really good dessert. If I showed y'all my
I ain't
camera,
never been there. I ain't never been to Slim Chicken.
I have like 12 of their dessert jars. They have well, they had strawberry, now that's out of season. It's the pecan pie and like a Heath bar situation. They put it in a mason jar and it's a good size. We probably got like 11 or 12 of those. So much so my mom has started making banana pudding and putting them in the mason jars.
Wow.
We're actually, after this, we're gonna go out by the fire pit and have banana pudding in a jar.
Oh, that's so romantic.
That sounds so good. Y'all in Memphis?
Yeah, I'm right at the house in Carterville. You come?
I didn't know if you was in
You say you come. I'm
Alabama.
gonna make bacon.
Come on,
I didn't know if you was in Alabama or not. You know, you be gone. Hey, that's where he live.
Yep, I be look. I'm gonna say it one last time for y'all, and then the rest of the season I'm gonna lay off of it. Yeah, I be with my man.
Listen, forget them. Say you be with your man. Hey, that's that negative peer pressure. Listen, man, if y'all have enjoyed the show, if you notice, I've been doing the background stuff myself. I had to fire. Well, I didn't fire. She just ain't with us. I had to fire Lady J because I have to make my money back. So I have to pay my graphics person, and I was playing Lady J, so now I'm doing it myself. So I ain't got to worry about the expense, but graphics do cost. Everything you see pubbing, it costs because I can't do it myself. So I just got to get somebody to do it. So, man, if you're enjoying this show, the Cash App is up on the screen. I ain't going to tell you what to send. Just whatever you want to do. It will be a blessing. And, yeah. Listen, what y'all want to talk about next week? What y'all want to put on the table? What's up, Teresa?
Well, let me just say this while they're saying what they want to talk about. I did not even know you was transitioning that well, Frank. You were doing a great job. We're staying on task, and you being an octopus right now, as we talked about earlier. You're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm doing everything. But what y'all want to talk about? What's some topics we gonna tackle over these next couple?
What was something that I say in the comments?
In the comments, let's do that. What's some topics y'all want us to talk about in the coming weeks that we have not covered yet? What's something that'll be good for us to talk about? Let's do that. Let me get a little music playing in the background.
What can we talk about, Mariah?
Bring Tim back so we can argue with him. Right. Arguing.
That's so funny.
Tim is toxic. We already talked about this.
Tim funny. That's my boy. Is that a topic? My business, my home, education, my time. Okay. NBA season. That'll have to be another show.
I'm just really sitting here thinking.
You see what Mika said.
What's wrong with Mika tonight?
It's terrible.
Healthy lifestyle.
All right, I said boundaries.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to tell you offline what I think we should talk about, so it won't seem like it came from me.
What's a good one? What's a good one? Boundaries?
Yeah, that's a good one.
But what you were saying?
Who, me?
What you were saying was a good one.
Oh, I was saying boundaries was a good one. And then I was like, ooh, I have one we could talk about. I said, I'm going to have to tell y'all offline so won't nobody know that it came from me.
We need to talk about single versus not single.
Can women be older and date younger without being judged? Is that even a thing?
Yeah, my man younger than me. I got me. Yes, girl. And I never thought that I would do it, but my man younger than me, and I loved it. Okay.
Y'all get judged for dating younger?
I love it, girl. What did you say?
Y'all get judged for dating younger?
I mean, I probably don't because I'm still hot myself. I'm just joking, but sometimes.
Really?
And not necessarily judge, but a lot of times people will have something to say, like, well, why would you date a younger man? What do you teach you? I'm like, consider somebody being able to teach you something has nothing to do with their age. Because I know a lot of old dumb fools. Can we get a conversation on that one? But about
the younger is popping.
Right, because that's the thing. When men date younger women, nobody says anything. They be like, "Oh, you're on," or they praise him for doing that.
Oh, speaking of that, it's so insane, y'all. Me and my fiance and my son was in Kroger the other night. We were late night. We was looking like bums. We didn't think we was gonna see nobody. Which, of course, whenever you're looking like a bum, you see everybody. But we were in Kroger. And I saw an officer who actually was an officer at my middle and high school when I was in high school. Okay. Now I'm 29. I graduated in 2010 from high school. And he was bragging about getting a divorce. He's every bit of 50, okay? Getting a divorce, about to marry a 27-year-old, and has a 3-year-old and 3 grandchildren. And I was like, the first thing I said, I guess it was a little judgmental. I was like, I knew he was a pervert when I was in high school. Just being honest. I looked at my fiance and was like, but now let's be clear though. He looked every bit of 20. Blew me. I was like, whoa. Because I'm 29 and you watched over me when I was in middle and high school. But he was bragging about the fact that he had a wife that was 27 years old with a 3-year-old, and he had 3 grandkids. So, like you said, men don't get judged for dating younger. And they talk about R. Kelly and all of this, but you watched me when I was in middle and high school, and now you finna marry somebody 2 years younger than me.
Hey, real quick. No, I'm gonna save it.
You gonna say? I know where you was going, but you gonna say it. We don't even got enough time to dive into that.
Oh, why can't women let go of the past? A man put that on here.
You know what our topic gonna be next week?
Oh, what roles are considered just boyfriend and girlfriend versus husband and wife?
Our topic gonna be: are we canceling R. Kelly or no?
Just let people sound off in the comments on that really quickly. Like just a quick yes or no, y'all.
Real quick. Are we canceling R. Kelly or no, y'all?
Ooh.
Are we canceling R. Kelly or what?
Hell no. Come on. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no.
Keep the personal at home, okay? No, I'm still gonna listen to 12 Plays. Pamela said yes. No. Yes, let's do it.
Listen, thank y'all. Those of you who are sending, some calling the seeds, some calling the donations. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Woo. This
so
is one
y'all tell me, y'all at the barbecue and step, side to side. You gonna sit over there and say, I ain't listening to you.
Y'all probably not gonna like me. I'm probably gonna sit on down.
Bring it back.
Yep, I'm probably gonna sit on down.
That's gonna be our topic next week.
Oh, somebody actually just said, but I'm stepping the name of love.
That's what's gonna be on the fly.
What was I gonna say? I saw something though in the comments. This was going back to a topic. I thought, it made me perk up. Why are you settling in as a placeholder? And that doesn't just have to be relationship wise either. Why you do it with your career? Why are you using what you're doing right now as a placeholder?
Yeah,
that's a good topic.
That's a good one.
Why are women in 2021 so comfortable and content with being side pieces?
Can I ask a question? You might think I'm green. Is that a thing? Is that really a thing anymore?
Is what really a thing?
Being a side piece?
That's a big thing.
Do Twinkies exist?
I thought and it's crazy because you think that they do it because of this. A lot of women nowadays are afraid of commitment. Honestly, it used to be the men that was afraid of commitment, but here more than ever, it's women who are afraid of commitment, or they've been hurt and they want to hurt others because they're so hurt and still battling with hurt. So I think we think about side pieces. I'm gonna say about side pieces. You think like you want to be, she just wants another man so bad. A lot of it is like, I want to deal with you when I want to deal with you. And since you have something to lose, it's better for me to be in this situation than dating a single man and dealing with him always calling and doing all of this. So I think that's a really good topic to touch on because there's more side women now than ever, and it's a thing.
I don't know about more now than ever, but they might just be being exposed because of where we are in social media age for being side pieces. But listen, let me tell you something. Listen, Linda. Listen. Side pieces been existing for a long time. What you about to say, Tasha?
Yeah, when you said that, I think maybe social media and the technology, but just meeting people and having conversations, like you'll find out like people's grandparents or great aunts or like, oh, that one is Billie Jean's baby.
Some of y'all aunties were side pieces.
I mean, I can say this is gonna be a joke. Look, this is gonna be a joke when I say this. So I don't, because my dad is from Memphis, so I don't want nobody to get mad. I was just gonna say I for sure know none of my aunties on my mama's side with side pieces. I don't know about my dad's side, but it's just a joke. It's still just a joke. It's just a joke.
Antoine said being a side piece is very beneficial for some.
Why? What?
Where Antoine at? I don't
And
even
listen,
see.
y'all was talking about tricks
Oh.
earlier. I'm gonna go back to say what I said in season 1. Me personally, I don't think it's tricking if you got it. Then I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say anything else.
What? Explain.
I already did in season 1. They need to go back and check your season 1 out because I just do not,
Listen,
I think
y'all.
we did talk about that because I think I remember you saying that, because then I remember responding saying, I know men, they'll go out and spend money on you and not think about the price tag, and they don't have no intentions of earnestly being with you, because that was in I think we also were talking about how, is it a date if he takes you to Starbucks? And I'm like, a date has nothing to do with the amount of money that is spent. It's the motive. It's the intention. Because, girl, I could lay it out, a 5-star experience, and I just want a juice and be gone. So,
Miss Brooks telling you why it's beneficial.
let me see.
Have to give to go down and deal with this every day. Well, that leads back.
I'm not dealing with nobody just for
That
no
also leads back to season 1, where the guys were trying to say that women cannot be in a sexual situation or relationship without emotions. I don't think that's true. For most women, I think that's true. We let our emotions get involved, but not for all women. I do not agree with that. There are women who can straight up deal with being a full-blown, full-time, 40 hours a week plus side piece and be totally okay with it, because I also think a major part of that is because they don't want to be committed and they don't want to deal with this every day. And I know I was talking to some of my guy friends and they said a trick is a man who does stuff with not getting anything in return, knows that he has to spend money in order to get a woman's attention. That's what they said a trick is. And some men, I guess, have to use money as an advantage. But let's be real, who wants to be with a broke guy? Nobody. And if that's what we got to hold things to a standard, I don't want to be with no broke dude. I'm going to be honest, because I'm not broke. So I don't want to be with anything that I'm not. So in that area anyway. So I think a lot of women benefit from it financially, but when you take financial away, because like I said, even for men, sex is everywhere. For women, sex is everywhere. So I think normally the side piece role nowadays is beneficial because of finances. I don't think it's really about the D, but I think it's more so about paying to play is what they say. Paying to play.
But
Well,
then
hold on, Tatiana, hold your thought right quick. If I get 5 more people to send a cash app of $10, we'll be where we need to be. 5 more people. Don't y'all send nothing on this panel. Five. If I get 5 more people to send a cash app of $10, we'll be where we need to be. Just 5 more.
Mika said it ain't tricking if you get
Bless the cash app. All right, go ahead, Tatiana.
So I was gonna say, I always wonder, is it really true, just because of the way that, I believe women are wired? Is it really that women can have sexual relationship with no attachment and that women don't want to be committed? Is it really that women don't want to be committed, or do women not want to be hurt? Now, and I get it. Everybody doesn't want to be in a committed relationship. There's just some people, like, they enjoy their singleness, and singleness is not leprosy. There's beauty in singleness. Okay. But I really do wonder, is it that women don't want to be committed, or is it that women don't want to be hurt? Because a lot of times women, we take on roles out of, I don't want to say necessity, but I can't really find a better way. So we become a provider because there isn't anyone to help us. We become a protector because we don't really have anybody to protect us. And so then we become a lover of ourselves, so to speak, and not in a way that's like healthy, like self-care and self-love, but let me get you before you get me. So let me get mine. I don't know. That's just something to consider, you know. And the reason why I say this, look, because it makes me think about Insecure. Like and I haven't watched it in a few seasons, but you know,
This last season was fat.
yeah, man, I gotta get back on my TV game. But you know, she wanted to be with someone, but then it was like, forget it, you know. And then that's how we came up with the I can't do the beat, but you know the song Broken, you know. But I don't, you know, I don't know. I just wonder that. Like, I would love to have a conversation with a woman who is like, just because I'm interested and intrigued by that, who's like, nah, like I could smash and pass with no attachment. I have never met a woman who could earnestly do that.
Listen, you might be looking at one on the other side of your screen. She been delivered probably, but I don't know. I just feel in my
so
spirit.
I need to have you come on over for the fire pit, and we just need to have.
Yeah, girl.
I just feel in my spirit that it's somebody on this panel
I think
that you now know.
But to go
That
back,
you can say you've met a woman. Okay.
Right. You gotta talk in code with the kiddos.
We had to put you on blast a little bit because y'all got me.
But no, it's definitely a thing. And I definitely think it's a thing. But to go back to what you said, is it a commitment issue or is it hurt? I think it's a little bit of both. It can be either or, and it also can be both, and it can be solely because you don't want to get hurt. I think a lot of women who have given their all to maybe somebody in a younger age or something like that, and they got really, really hurt, and they put this boundary or this wall up to where, okay, well, either they want to hurt somebody else or they settle for certain situations because they don't want to get hurt again. You know, and some people, everybody handles hurt differently. You know, I might just say, hey, I'm just gonna boss up. I'm gonna be independent. I'm gonna get my paper. I'm gonna get my bread, and then my man is gonna come along later on in life. And some people, and some people practice not having sex. Okay, I'm just not gonna have sex with nobody. Nobody's doing me right. I gave myself to this one person. He did me wrong. I'm not gonna do anything. And some people handle it to where, you know what, I still want to be intimate, but I don't want to be emotionally connected. And they handle things that way. So people handle things differently. For one. Why did I get waves? Where did
wasn't it?
I thought that was ocean waves.
That was water splashing.
Okay.
Play it again.
But yeah. I feel like I'm on the Titanic. Anyways. But yeah, so people handle her different ways. Side pieces are a thing. Women having sex without emotional connection can be a thing. It's very rare, but it can be a thing. So I'm out of wine, but I'm still.
Yeah, cause I'm not gonna touch on that.
Don't. Look, don't.
Yeah, cause we'll go hold. It's 10:36, and I said we was ending at 10:30, so we're in good.
Well,
they tripping off my. Make that thing go water. The crowd knew what I was saying.
I did not. You threw me off.
Splash.
Drip.
Waterfalls. Yeah. So.
This not gonna be.
Listen, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I know just being on YouTube is a little different. Maybe some people couldn't find us, but we had a good crowd. We kept a consistent crowd tonight. So I want to say thank you to everybody who gave, donated, blessed the Cash App tonight. I appreciate you. You know another one too, Tashiana.
Don't you do Clee like that. Please, I ain't gonna let him do you like that.
Yup.
I wish we could have heard.
Clee. Listen,
Clee is
I love y'all.
Clee, I wish.
Clee is really chill. Clee is really like, oh, I just really want to be home and be to myself, really.
See there? Yo, listen. If I said take it to the bank,
Oh my God!
take it to the bank. when I said.
Well, I'm just talking about how she is now. Now. There.
Listen, we'll be right back here next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. I want to see everybody in the room. Tatiana Clee, last words. Last word. This y'all show too now. What's up? Y'all got something before we close out?
Nope. I just want to say thanks again for having me. I'm so excited for this season. I had so much fun tonight. And follow me on social media, guys.
We gonna get it
in one of your reels. You said something about a call to action. See, that was my call to action. Follow me on social media.
Yeah, the names are let me say again, y'all see the cash up, y'all can bless it anytime. I'll take it back down. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, you see our social media, our Instagram handles right there. Make sure you are following all of us.
Let me put my little handle on here.
Oh yeah, Mo, you ain't got yours.
Sorry, yeah, I was professional tonight. Obviously, I normally put my Instagram. Don't follow my Facebook. You know, all the family is on Facebook, so you have to kind of like dumb it down.
Yeah, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And I just made a Twitter yesterday.
Oh,
I ain't got time to be playing with Facebook and Instagram. Go ahead, Mo.
Having me on here, I haven't been looking forward to talking to y'all all week, really since Frank asked me. You know, I've been kind of nervous, excited this whole time. It's a super honor to be on here. I'm looking forward to really talking about some touchy topics and getting real and being authentic on here. I'll be fully stocked with wine tomorrow. I mean, next week. I don't know what the hell's going on this week. I'm drinking water. But Tasha, I want to say I'm proud of you for everything. I'm so happy for you. I definitely see this glow on you that you were glowing before, but this glow now is different, and I really, really like it on you. Frank, I'm proud of you. The multitasking, I'm taking notes. You ain't see me taking notes, I'm taking notes. But I'm proud of you for everything that you're doing and you got coming up too. It's super exciting to see both of you all grow the way you are. And I'm ready to really do this thing with y'all for this next season. I've enjoyed tonight.
I accept. Listen, y'all, Tashiana and Mo, they amazing. They do their thing. Tashiana has always been doing her thing as long as I know her. Mo always been doing her thing. Listen, y'all, Mo done blew up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Past couple of months. It's crazy. It's crazy. So shout out to Mo. Shout out to Tashiana doing y'all thing. I'm glad to have y'all. That this is now our show. So I'm grateful for that. I'm looking forward to this season. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fire. And y'all be on the lookout. I got something else up my sleeve that I'm getting ready to launch in the next couple of weeks. This is gonna be dope. It's gonna be out the box. I really think y'all gonna like it. And then be on the lookout for Frankly Speaking Clubhouse as well.
That's dope.
All right, that is it, y'all. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week, okay? All right. Be blessed. Next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Peace, y'all.
Bye, y'all.